Good evening guys, it's 5:21 p.m. Today is May 1st, 2023. Today is Monday and this is FOMC week this week, okay? So London market and other European markets were closed today due to bank holidays, so it may create a failed breakout, failed breakdown scenarios, and it may affect the market a little, okay? So we need to see, so we may see some effects of these markets, okay? Kind of a choppier up move, you know? So that is what we discuss in Discord today, that you may see a choppier up move. Doesn't mean sellers are in control, but you will see slowly churning, slow churning up move, like a choppy kind, okay? So we already knew that might happen, and today you can see it actually in the price. But the levels are important, and what we discuss is, if because of that choppy behavior, right, it is best to look for longs at the failed breakdown scenario. So you wait for failed breakdown, then take a long, and then you target higher up. That's the only way you will get more reward with less risk in a choppier up expectation situation, okay? So now keep that in mind, okay? And then now we are going through these notes. So do or die again today. Pre-market note is simple today. Above 71.76, Globex low, 87.94, stay long. Right? So I clearly said that stay long. And I repeatedly said in Discord not to short regardless of anything. Do not short, just look for long. That is what I repeatedly said that. So only longs allowed today. No shorts. Even though we see the setup, we ignore it. So, and then one of these levels will provide long opportunity. Below 41.71, day is screwed, and it may ping pong, especially if you see a strong rejection from 87.94, and then price falls below Globex low to begin with. So till that point buyers are still active, and then go below 71, then the day is screwed officially. In that case price may go back to 56.50, right? Now this is the gold mine. See, ideal trade would be 41.82 to 42.20 if we catch it at the right time and price above, and price shows us a sign and evidence to fulfill that promise, right? So this was I was after best location, right? So see, none of this levels I used actually that was a Globex low, right? So that would be ideal, right? So target was 42.20. So at least when you take this trade, you have 40 point as a target, right? But we usually look for what, 5 to 10 points profit target. Our members knows that, right? We do not catch the trend. But since we have that much distance to target, it is possible that price can easily move to 42.02. That was the another level. That was our balance stop, right? That was the target that I also gave. So 42.02, which is still gives you 18 points, which is more than enough, right? Also we discuss in Discord only to take 5 points today and then call it a day off. So this is more than 5 points, right? So, and then NQ. Now here is the beauty for NQ also, right? 13,295 to 285. 258.61, right? And then if it goes above 80, then this or even this. So there are two trades I gave you here, possible trade, right? So from here to here or even here, right? And then I said or even 250 to 61 to 295 could be one trade. So this I typed it assuming if price goes below this, then what? Then this area can act as a resistance. So from here you can target this. NQ we talked about 20 points. Only look for 20 points today, and ES 5 points. So this both satisfies that conditions. And you can see how price reacted to this and this both, right? So it's a pretty good pre-market notes today as usual, Now here, right? So that's a 250, 260 to 295, one trade, and now it also went here also, right? then I said 285 to 295 to this, correct? So this also achieved, but in between it went below this to get to this, but then ultimately it went there, right? So but then you have to manage your trade, right? 20 points from here to here, it was easy, right? So that was 285 to 95 to 320 or 317, that was the resistance intraday. You can get your 20 points out of it. ES also same thing. See, I did not trade it in the morning till 10 o'clock, because 9:45 and 10 o'clock there were two news, and I know they would be choppier, right? So I wanted to get absolutely best location during the news time, or right after the news. Before that I don't want to get involved, but I was reading the price, so members took it, couple of members took it, this trade in the ES around here basically, sorry, here they took it here and they wrote it up. Okay, they also took this 293 285 in the off the open, like right after like 7 to 10 minutes of the open, they took this trade. Okay, and then they bail out here, and somebody bail out also here also, and then ES they bailed out here, right? I was watching it, I was like guiding them, that's all. I was reading the price and all this thing. Then 9:45 news happened, S&P manufacturing index, that news was here. Then price dropped, right? So, and then it dropped to around 10 o'clock, it dropped to 87. So here, right here, I said 84, 87 could be, we discussed around this time, not around, I think here I said 84, 87 is the border, for this buyers of the morning buyers. NQ still same area, or worst case maybe this, right? That is what we discussed. So at 10 o'clock during the news time, right, there was nothing wrong in buyers at that point. You can see the momentum was holding, one time dip, but then it was holding, and that dip happened during the news time. So before that it was an open drive move, so like this, see that everything was good, right? And during news time, if price drops like this, whoever missed this opportunity, like me, right? I did not take a trade long here. This is the opportunity for me. So that's why I went long there, right around here in NQ also, right? So this is the trade, 10:15. See that, which is this time, right? And so I shared it at 10:15, but my entry was earlier, and you can see it was right during the news drop, 10 o'clock. See that, 91. So I was supposed to go to a long at 87, right? But it's a news time, so I have to wait. So I zoomed down to the lowest time frame, like 15 second, 10 second, and then I press the button right here when it was going up, right? So, and then so hold on. So 91, right? So now let's talk about NQ. Hold on. That's NQ. $10 o'clock. See that? 304, 302, right? Which is right around here, right? And then 20 points target, right? So I build out with ES together right here. When ES made a new high, NQ failed to make a new high, right? So I build out most of them except one contract. I left it, and then I got stopped out at break even. That's all. Okay. Then price went down. See, here is the day was crude. Here I said day is crude. That means both sides are active now. Okay. And then when price went down here again at 10:30, first hour, when the first hour is over, right? Here I said that let's talk about what could be if days lows is in today or high is in at this point. I said, I asked the question. Then few folks said days lows is in, some of them said days high is in, right? So at this point at 10:30 NQ was right around here, right? And look at it, NQ, this was the preferred sellers area, 346 to 358, that was the target. So far NQ was able to reach to 333, but not here. So NQ still has a pending target, right? Now ES 4202, that was the level I gave in this call, that 4220, 4210 or 4202. See here it got rejection from 97. Obviously it was a weekly high, so that makes sense, but that doesn't mean sellers are active, so that's what I said. No matter what, you don't short, you look for long only, right? So ES has a pending target for the buyer still remaining. NQ also has a pending target, and the way internals were behaving, right? See, AD was holding higher up still, okay? So in that case, and today choppy up move was the idea, so most likely days low is in, right? So that is what I said at 10:32. Okay, now which is right here, 10:32, 84, 81, 84, 87 in ES. NQ 261, 295 is days low range, right? And by 11:15 you want to see buyers hitting 01, NQ buyers hitting 346. Remember I said based on this day's low intel, would you go long at 92 in ES, NQ 985? I asked a question, right? So I took that long, at 10:32, at 285, and this 92 here. Now I was targeting 02. Okay, then here price broke out, right? So it was around 1050. 1050 NQ was right here, right? It also broke out about this high, but these were the high also, right? See, NQ was unable to break out all these highs in the morning. Now it broke out this high and this high both, so it's better hold it above this line now. So once it broke out, it has to hold above it, simple. Otherwise we know the day is screwed and it's a choppy up, right? So I drew a line here in real time, in my chart. So that's the only way I can gauge it, right? I want price to hold above this, that's it. And then ES, since ES was already strong, right? So I want ES to whatever the first pullback, it has to hold it, which is 96, 97. Okay, so here see that ES pull back and it closed above it, right? So ES was holding it, which was around 1052, right? So oops, I went ahead a little bit, hold on. So this line, it comes later, okay? So first this line comes, which is 1052. So this line I drew it here. Once it broke above it, right? Since I was in the trade, I draw a line here, which was around 302 and ES 97. Okay, so now in order for me to hold this trade, since both break out first time at the same time, which is here, right? I want both of them to hold and go towards 4202 or 10 or 20. Okay, here, and NQ I wanted to go towards here. Okay, so and basically this high and this high and then higher. Okay, so NQ took out this high, that was a good sign. Before that it hold here, see there is a mini pullback right here, right here it hold it. So now I'm holding my trade, it went here, right here 4202, almost close there, right? At that time at 1103 this guy broke above this high, right? So I was watching, it was right around here, that was 324. Okay, so now I want price to hold above 324 in NQ at 1102 and ES since it broke above, hold this level. I do not want ES to come back even down below 98, okay, which is really this high, so which is right here. Okay, so then you see this, see. So now watch here, see what happened. See, price always gives you a clue, you just have to read it. So here at this time, see this candle at 1104 sliced through this level, came down and closed, correct? Then at that time ES came down below this 98 or 99, right? This line, see that? That was the sign, but you can't say that it's going to tank, right? But that's the first warning sign. So I was out pretty much here, right? In my mind I was out. I need a confirmation. Okay, so then another candle down, see that? Now we are back to the previous 97 level or 96, whatever that level I drew it, see that? So sometimes price can like give you a fake out breakdown like this, comes to the next level and then bounce off. So I was waiting that maybe this could be a fake, who knows, but that was a warning sign for me. Okay, now there was another warning sign. It's not because the price, also you can see there is a momentum holding below zero line during this time, this entire time while ES was making new high. That was a warning sign in momentum, but price always wins, right? So I ignored it, but I had this in mind. Then price touched here, right? Now at this point I knew if price goes below it, sellers will take a control intraday perspective for that point in time, but I wanted to see, since buyers were so strong, I wanted to see this 98, 99 turning into resistance. At least price goes back to there and then goes through it, it's going to go to 40 to 20. If it gets rejection and go back below, it will go to 95 and lower. Okay, so here it bounced, right? And then here you can see a rejection. The moment I see that, I am out. And here I typed it in Discord at that time, so which is, so this one, right? This you already know, 1032, now 1109. So I'm going to show you. Okay, do or die. Where is do or die? Right here, 1109, do or die at this point in 1 minute, right? So 1109, which is right here, see that? Do or die, and then look, it died, right? So now I was out here, right? So this trade is over, and then I did not trade it. Okay, after that I'm done, right? Now then it just died down, right? Died down and went. So this is the area 84, 87. So now let me show you another thing. See, this is 1119, right? So which is right around here, right? And NQ was right around here. Okay, so because I knew 250 260 is a good area, right? So here look, failure at high both together, which is this, and ES below 95 equal to back to ping pong game, and NQ 261 250, which is this area 261 250, right? It came back there, right? See, when I typed it, it was here, then it came back there. Then I said anytime NQ goes above 295 and ES above 94, they will run towards AM target 346, 358 and ES 4220 or 4202, right? So anytime after this, anytime, right? So now you look, watch, 94 back up again after breaking this balance, right? We know the day is ping pong intraday, both parties are active. So now sellers control is gone here, buyers back in business. 94, hold it here, that was your long. 295, which is NQ, right? Anytime NQ goes above 295, which is this, went above it, pullback, which is, you can see it here, held it nicely. Same time in ES it did this. So 12 o'clock, that was your long, targeting this and targeting this 4202. That was the your trade right there. But when you are targeting this, right, so when NQ touch this, ES touch this, you are out. That was your long. And that's pretty much it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.